Hey.
All right, here
Good
we go.
evening. Good evening, and welcome everyone to this week's session of Meet the Pros. I'm Eileen Monks,
I'm Ken Schmidt.
and we're here on a very gorgeous Tuesday evening from the west coast of Canada. Or I should say, gorgeous evening here. What's it like there, Ken?
Yeah, same thing here. It's super nice. It's super nice out right now. It's been sunny all day here, thankfully, and it's actually relatively warm. I think it was about 18 degrees, warm in Canadian terms. So yeah, it's been pretty nice.
Excellent, excellent. And so, what have you been up to today while it's been this nice?
Well, it's been a busy day for me today. I've been running around doing a lot and trying to get organized on some other stuff. I got a lot of other my online businesses and stuff like that going. So working out some details with that stuff. And how about you?
Well, today was a busy school day. It was I do a garden club during lunchtime, and it's one of those last weeks that we can do it before the yucky weather starts happening. So yeah, busy here too.
Awesome.
Absolutely.
Very cool.
Yeah. So tonight I am really excited to be welcoming a gentleman. His name is Michael Jeffares, and Michael, it's funny because he was one of the first people that I had met as part of this company that we're kind of talking about. And I was literally and truly thrown onto the telephone with him. My person, Paula, had said, Eileen, I'm going to be phoning you, and I want you to answer, and you're going to be talking to Michael. And I went, why? And as I'm saying why, Michael is answering on the other side. So Michael Jeffares is an entrepreneur at heart. He's been a successful realtor since 1986. And during that time, he took some time off to, kind of look at his real passion in life, which is naturopathic medicine. So he was doing that and health sciences. But he has this very, very smart and lovely and thoughtful wife. And his wife said to him that, you know what, the direction you're going, it's not going to provide sufficiently for the family financially. And so she convinced him to return back to real estate. So because of that background, he became known as the healthy realtor, and he combined both passions. And part of that was he wanted to help people with their biggest purchases in life, buying a new home or buying a used home, whatever, buying a home, and also to help them stay healthy enough to enjoy that home. So in 2013, he was introduced to a product and a company that he couldn't ignore. And I'll let Michael talk about that a bit. But since 2013, he has achieved what we call an elite status as a Pro 7 in the company LifeVantage. And suddenly his passions were rekindled. And he absolutely loves helping people with their health and their financial futures. So please welcome Michael Jeffares. Hi, Michael. How are you?
Hello, you two. How are you doing?
Good. How about yourself?
Excellent.
Good.
Yeah. And so, Michael, tell us about yourself. Give us some story here.
Yeah, fill in the details.
You gave a pretty good overview, and my wife, yes, I could tell that she drafted the bio, so it made her look like the queen. Yeah. But yeah, no, I was in real estate since 1986, and I really enjoyed it. I obviously loved helping people, and it took a complex challenges for most people and made it kind of simple. The challenge was that it was 100% commission, which as a single guy wasn't a problem. But when you start to get married and then divorced, and then you have dependents and you have responsibilities, the inconsistency kind of sucked. But you make do, because you do make a very good living. But I realized probably in my 40s that there was really no retirement plan. First, whenever you go through a real estate dip and all your equity goes south, and you try to do it again and it goes south again, you realize real quick that this concept of a nest egg is kind of a bunch of hooey. You're not really going to get one. So right. by the mid 40s, I realized that we're going to have to create another source generate some passive income. And so I'd always been looking for it, unbeknownst to my wife. And then when LifeVantage showed up, a doctor was smart enough to, I helped him years ago with his health and got rid of some diabetes. And so he was pretty happy with me. And I just reminded him, if anything as good as what I talked about comes along your way, send it north. So he did. He sent me the video that we all saw. And when I ordered and set up the account, because we could only be customers back in 2013, the product arrived at the doorstep with 2 packages. And my wife was smart enough to realize that I had done something. So why is it coming in 2 packages? Well, we have 2 ID numbers, but we're not a business yet. No, it's not open in Canada. So we'd gone to our first event, and she talked to a couple of elite distributors, and they said, don't worry, elite takes a couple of years. And because I promised her I wasn't going to give up my real estate license until I hit Pro 7. Well, 11 months in, I hit Pro 7. And that sort of changed the game. So I was able to walk into my Remax office, and a couple of the guys, the owner himself was actually a distributor. And I said, I promised my wife I wasn't going to leave until I hit Pro 7. And then we had the luxury of a nice magazine, Success Magazine, and there's a full color glossy picture of my wife and I. And they had never seen a disclosure statement from a company that was audited by the SEC. Well, I showed them the one that was audited by the SEC. And here's how much money we make. And these realtors, just their jaw drop. Because what we make on average in a month is, like, don't let your realtors kid you. 90% of realtors don't sell a home in a year. Okay? Mm-hmm. And that's awful. Oh yeah. And most average sales, most realtors make about $5,000 commission per sale. So because I was selling higher end stuff, I was averaging $10,000 a month as a realtor for 38 years. So I said to my buddies, would you walk away from a licensed deal if you could replace your income and not have to go to work? They said, well, in a heartbeat. Now you know what I did. So we did that in May of 2014. We retired and did this full time, and now we're basically getting Bruna to scale back. So she's only really seeing clients once or twice a week now. And we get to travel. We just got back from Europe. We were in Europe for 3 weeks. We got back for 3 days and headed off to Mexico for 5 days as a gift from the company. And so, yeah, that's pretty much my life in a nutshell.
And that's pretty substantial. I mean, you did this really quickly, and as a Pro 7, like I said, I was literally thrown onto the telephone with you, and you did not bat an eyeball. You were like, yes, like, what do you want to know, and how can I help you? And you were fabulous. You were absolutely fabulous. And as somebody who was, when I came into this, I said to Paula, sign me up. As soon as I realized what was going on, I hadn't tried the products. I saw the research, I saw the ABC thing, and I said, sign me up. So you were truly the first person other than Paula that I'd actually ever met. And I thought to myself, what a fabulous welcome. Like, I always knew I had support. You're a phone call away. You're a text away. And you've always been like that. So that's absolutely wonderful.
Oh, I'm glad. I'm glad it worked out.
Yeah, absolutely. So, I mean, you've told us how you started and whatnot, how long you've been with the program. What were the challenges, the bigger challenges that you had?
Oh, well, I guess you'll probably hear these phrases a lot in the next few years. The number one challenge we all have is expectation. And it's sort of, the mind controls everything. And if you can keep your expectations reasonable, it's not a lottery. This is the most important business I have ever run, bar none. Mm-hmm. As a builder, developer, health professional, consult, I've done a lot of things. I've helped a lot of people, but you get paid in proportion to how much value you bring to the world. So one of the questions I like asking now is, when do you expect to retire? When are we expecting to retire? How do we do that? Well, I discovered that basically it's the faster you can bring value. Once you bring enough value to the world lets you retire.
Mm.
And so that's really the cool thing. The challenge is keeping those expectations realistic. This is a 5 to 10 year project. So even though I retired in a year after hitting Pro 7 in a year, I'm still a Pro 7. So not that anybody's going to feel sorry for me, but you have to keep building. My goal now is to help everybody in my team get to Pro 7.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay. And the only way to do that is to curb expectations. Replace expectations with gratitude, game changes.
Well, and actually that's interesting that you talk about the Pro 7 thing. There's very, very few pros in the company, you know, as far as it goes. So it's like less than 1%, isn't it? That's Pro 7? Like, what's the statistics?
Then I'd have to pull up my stats, but yeah, no, the numbers are, we have in the world of about 70,000 distributors, there's 200 elites in the world.
Yeah.
I was the second elite in Canada. I think now we've added 3 more or 4 more elites.
Wow.
But it's like anything. It's like real estate agents. Okay. Like 90% will never sell a house, yet they paid to have a license. And they pay $1,000 a month to maintain their license, and they will never sell a home.
Right.
So, yeah, it's getting to Pro 7. It's all a proportional thing. It's all doable.
Sorry.
It's just all, to me. When I saw that, we didn't have the earnings claim statement was not published yet because we were what they call over-the-counter bulletin board, OTCBB. We were a public company, but we were small. We didn't go to NASDAQ until September of that year. And then they required us to publish what we pay out. No hidden anything. You got to show everything. So when I saw that a Pro 7 means 100,000 in volume a month, okay. Now, back then we had 2 bottles. We had a bottle of Protandim and a bottle of skincare. That was it. Grand total, $110 US, 110 points. So I said, okay. Let's do the math. If I can find enough people to get a group of 1,000 people, and they all should buy a bottle each, 2 bottles, $100, 100 points, $100 US dollars times 1,000 people, that's $100,000. That's Pro 7. So reverse engineer that. I could go get 10 people. Within 6 months of being a customer, I got 35 customers because it's like, who would say no? Like, and we didn't have the NIA study. Like, people talk to me all the time about different studies and different this and different that. I go, pooh. Use the trump card. The trump card is the NIA study, the National Institute for Aging. It's a 17-year study that at the end of it all, it says the only natural supplement on the planet that will do this, that will slow aging, or in their words, not mine, delay disease and dysfunction. If that's on anybody's radar.
Yeah.
No. It's funny because we at the company, like anybody that works for the company, we cannot claim to cure, prevent, or mitigate disease.
Yeah.
But all of those other studies, all of those other institutions and universities, they're pointing out just exactly
that. Yeah, totally.
But we can't say that.
That's
and
right.
Like I said, I mean, the fact that you had made it to a Pro 7 and so quickly, like that's a major accomplishment. And, you know, even if you've been sitting there for a while, we know where things are going. We know that the world is suddenly becoming aware of this product. The NRF2 and NRF1 pathways are suddenly becoming recognized. So, you know, the fact that that's where you are right now, I'm going to take a guess you won't be there for very long. I think you're going to be bouncing pretty quickly here, quite honestly.
It's kind of obvious that when if just the people that are looking at it right now, like again, I got Pro 7 with less than 1,000 people. It was 965 exactly. I know the day it happened, and I know what number we hit. And so now the organization is 4 times the size. we've added from 2 bottles, now we have 4 lines of products. We're adding another line coming October, a whole new line. So if you can't find 200 points a month to spend, then you're not looking hard enough. And then you go to money guys, go to your investment guys, go to your stockbrokers, go to all these idiots that say they know what they're doing, and say, really? So you're supposed to be able to predict the future. They go, well, yes, good. So I told them 5 years ago, and 4 years ago, and 3 years ago, and 2, and last year, and 6 months ago. Our stock tripled in the last 6 months. Tripled.
Oh, yeah.
Tripled.
I think in June it was still at the $4 or $5, and it's over 12. It's just bouncing around that 12 the last time I looked in August. Just huge. So beyond that, what do you love about MLMs? Because this is an MLM. Oops, did we lose him?
Looks like he's frozen here.
It looks like he's frozen. I wonder if he can even hear that. Oh, there we go. Or is that you?
No, I just shifted the picture, but
oh, okay. Yeah, that was weird. Like it's really interesting because, I mean, as Michael had said, the investment guys, they didn't recognize kind of what was coming at them, and the jumps that have happened in this last, like you said, since June has been phenomenal. So hopefully,
yeah, I mean, even when you and I were first discussing it, when I was first looking at the business as a general, I mean, I was looking at it and going, wow, like I think it was either $7 or $9 at that time, $7 or $9 per share at that time, which was what, June?
About maybe, that, yeah, beginning of June. That.
Yeah, so I mean, it's bumped up a couple bucks since then easily. So, and it's very, very stable. It seems like it's not going bubbling up and down and up and down and up. It's very, nice, clean growth consistently. And I think as the company, oh, now I totally lost him. I think as the company expands and grows, that's just going to be a more solid number, and it's just going to keep climbing. So, on the investment side, if you're not looking at it as the business opportunity side, just the investment side of it is pretty awesome also.
Absolutely. Right. Well, and Michael's coming. Good. So, I mean, the other hi, Michael.
Hey.
So I don't know if you heard the question that I was saying. So, I mean, obviously this is direct marketing, multi-level marketing, if you will. What do you love about it? Or, tell me what your thoughts are on that.
Well, that's a great question, because network marketing has to be brought up. People try to avoid it till the bitter end.
Yeah.
That's the first question I ask. If I was going to meet you and I'd say, okay, tell me what you love about network marketing, and watch what their response is. Love about it? I hate it.
Yeah.
That sounds like there's a good story there. Could please fill me in. So obviously I just try to, you have to, before people start trying to knock the pegs out from under your company or your industry, just say, you know what, let's start by being friends and understand I'm 55 years old. I've been in business for myself since I was 21. Never got a salary in my life since I was 21. Always had a commission. Never had a salary, ever. So, what job do you currently do that ensures your retirement?
Good luck nowadays.
Well, exactly. So if you want to try and poo-poo direct sales, network marketing, multi-level marketing, blah, blah, whatever, that's fine. You can go ahead and throw stones all you want. And we'll see where you are in 5 years, because I know where I'm going to be. And I'm just trying to help people. The statistics are atrocious. 25 million people in the next 10 years will retire into poverty.
Yeah, completely. And the way the systems are in North America in general, that's just getting worse and worse by the year. So it's inevitable.
Exactly, not going to get better. So I just remind people, you can either pay attention now or pay attention 5 years from now.
Yeah,
that's right.
Well, it's an option. They don't have an option.
The other part of this,
get there one way or another.
No, exactly.
I mean, think about it this way. With this particular company, this particular business, this particular product, the worst case scenario is you're going to get healthy. That's the worst case scenario. It's when you start up your business, you're buying the product. That's what the money is for. It is not for all of those other things that we get free, if you will, for signing up. And so, like I said, I mean, the worst case scenario is you're going to be healthy out of this deal.
Yeah. Well, remember, 80% of our database are strictly customers. They don't participate in $100 million a year payroll.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
That's fine. I have no problem with that. Don't know why they choose that, but that's what they choose.
Yeah.
And now with all the systems in play, and like we did this back with 4 countries in play. We now have 21 countries in play. So when people have this issue with network marketing, I just ask them a simple question. Remember, there's only 2 skills we have to learn in this industry: questions and how to invite. If I tell you anything, I'm a salesman. You're going to challenge whatever I say. I can tell you right now that you have a lovely blue shirt on, and you'll go, well, no, this is actually steel blue. You're going to challenge whatever I say. If I ask you what color that is, and you'll go, that's a great color. Perfect. We now agree. Like it's just the psychology of human nature.
Yeah.
So the number one challenge we have is people are too busy telling stuff. Stop telling and start asking questions. Because the rule of thumb is if you tell yourself, it's the truth. If I tell you, I'm probably going to get a challenge. So that
that's just kind of how network marketing in the past has evolved, or has brought that kind of luggage or garbage or whatever forward to today. And that's what a lot of people have heard. Whether they've actually been involved with anything or not is a different topic. But I think that's where things lie completely different these days now, and how the base of everything lies with that.
Yeah, the industry, rightly so, has a black eye.
Yeah.
How many guys want to jump out of high school and go, oh, my goal is to become a car salesman?
Yeah, not many.
No. You got great ones, the guys that make careers out of it, and the guys that are rotating out the door every single 6 months.
That's right.
So, like everything, there's good and bad in everything. The industry of network marketing requires very low bar of entry. So if I can help anybody learn how to shut this off and use their heart and really sincerely ask questions, like as you pointed out, the worst case scenario, they're going to be very healthy.
Yeah.
But I'll guarantee you, nobody's going to say no to an extra $1,000 a month.
For sure not.
And the joy is, what if you never had this? Like, there will be a sale that will take place. I'll guarantee you, there will be a sale that will take place, but it'll have nothing to do with me. I will ask the questions. You got to sell yourself. I can't have any part of it. Because if I'm the one responsible for making the sale, rest assured, I'm going to be the one to blame when something goes wrong.
Yeah.
So I don't want anywhere near that decision. That's yours.
Yeah, that's right.
If I ask the right questions, like, what are your plans for retirement? Like, I gave my buddy, the realtor, the owner of Remax, a bit of the gears. I just told him, I said, you know what? I wish you were honest with people. You go, what? I'm honest? No, you're not. No, you're not. You talk to people into becoming a real estate agent. You're going to make a lot of money, blah, blah, blah. But if somebody told me back in 1986 that by age 55, if I was want to be a full-time realtor since I was 23, I would have had to squirrel away approximately after-tax dollars, $80,000 a year.
That's ludicrous.
Exactly. Like even if I knew that,
how would you?
I couldn't have done it anyway. So
yeah.
I bug him, but I go, come on. Realistically, I was only making 120 to 150 a year before taxes.
Before taxes, yeah.
So to make a Pro 7 income, let's just say I'm average, $10,000 a month, US. Okay? I would have to put away. I'd have to have in a separate account right now, $2.4 million at 5%. So when people say,
Yeah.
"Oh my, oh, it takes so long to make some money," I had a guy complaining that he makes $1,000 a month, but he's worked so hard 5 years. He says, "I got nothing. I got $1,000 a month." I said, "Do you know what it would take? Ask your investment broker what asset you would have to acquire and stick in a bank to pay you $1,000 a month."
That's right.
He goes, "Oh." So my wife and I basically built a $2.4 million asset over 5 years. That is willable, transferable, inheritable, and it's not stopping.
No, it's not stopping.
I've got five new people. I got 5 new people that joined today. 3 distributors. I don't even know these people. They're like somewhere down my genealogy. I got introduced to them tonight. That was the call I had to do at 6.
Yeah.
And they're like, "I want to get to Pro 7 in a year too." Okay, how can I possibly quit? That volume counts for me. So it's like they're pushing me up anyways. Now I can't.
That's right.
Okay. So yeah, so the industry is not easy, but
Yeah.
it's I got all these things popping up. Maybe get rid of all these things. The bottom line is people are going to need to do this. So find the one that makes sense to you, whether it's a technology thing, whether it's a crypto thing, whether it's a health thing, doesn't matter. Stop selling, start educating, and make yourself duplicatable. I didn't go on stage for 11 months. I was a public speaker, I was a trainer, I worked for Dale Carnegie, blah, blah, blah. But if I did all that in the beginning, people say, "Well, no wonder he's Pro 7 because look what he was doing." I did nothing. I just invited everybody to these things. I was the first one on Zoom 3 years ago. I just did Zoom 4 times a week.
Oh, wow.
Okay, twice on Tuesdays, twice on Thursdays.
Right.
I did coffee time, Zoom, every morning. I had a cup of coffee. My buddies, I used to meet with them over coffee. When we'd be on Zoom, there'd be 6 of us, 5 of us, 4 of us, whatever. And I used to call it coffee time. And then we decided that, well, can I come? Sure. Well, whatever. Here's my Zoom number. Come on. I've had the same Zoom number for 3 years. Mm-hmm. So before you know it, I got like 15 people having coffee with me in the morning. asking me questions. Because the bottom line is people have to feel comfortable. Like I can take anybody that joins today and get them to Pro 7 in a year if they just do simple things.
Absolutely.
It's just about.
We're listening. We're listening.
Again, it's if you get a chance, I'll give you one plug. It's a free book. I don't make any money from it. It's called The Science of Getting Rich. It's a free download. Mm-hmm. It was written in 1910. I'm a Dale Carnegie fan.
Yeah, I love him.
This is what he read with Napoleon Hill back in the 1930s before they started their stuff.
Yeah.
This is the guy they read. 1910, Wallace Wattles wrote a book. It's a free download. I use it like a Bible. I read it every day and I talk. We have to move people away from competitive mode to creation mode. People think for me to win, someone's going to have to lose. Not even close. Mm-hmm. Okay. So I hope that was a long answer to a short question. I apologize for that.
No, absolutely. And I want to be respectful of your time. And like I said, I mean, those are things about you that you love sharing and I love hearing. And I've mentioned those things to me before. So I kind of, I remember you saying this. Yeah, I remember that book. And absolutely. So I certainly do appreciate the time that you've given us, Michael. Ken or Michael, anything that you want to say? It's now 7 o'clock. So I don't want you to, have to tie up any more time.
Anything?
Yeah. Thank you. Appreciate your time for coming on with us.
My pleasure. My pleasure. My pleasure. And hopefully you guys have great success and hopefully this impacts enough people. And I appreciate you guys doing all this. This is not easy to do and takes effort and not a lot of accolades and not a lot of whatever. It's just thankless work. And I appreciate you guys doing it.
And I really, really appreciate you coming on and sharing your story with us because it shows that it's achievable. And I mean, like you said, you've done all kinds of different things, and this is the thing that you came to. So, you know, I do certainly thank you for that, for sharing that with us. And of course, if there's anybody out there that's interested in learning more, you can come to the person who invited you here, be it, you know, Ken or I or Michael. And if you're interested in knowing more, I've got a Zoom starting in just a couple of minutes. The link is on there, and I can tell you more information.